Welcome to the Hot Topics podcast. This is your host, Psycho 4081, and we're joined by my two lovely co-hosts.
We don't have names. I forgot my name.
I'll introduce Felonious Feather.
The best, the one and only.
And it's Jessica Lamb Chop.
Where did Jessica come from?
Jessica Rabbit.
Is that Jessica Rabbit? Oh, that shit imitation of Jessica Rabbit.
Rabbit.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
So today we're going to kick it off with some things that's been going on recently in the news. Obviously, most of you have heard it unless you've been stuck in a cave. No Diddy.
Oh, my God. I really have been trying to avoid watching it, listening to it, talking about it.
Impossible.
I really have been. Yeah, it really is impossible.
The internet is just brutal.
Yes. They are not cutting him any slack.
So that's the new term. And, it used to be, what did they say? They say no homo.
Right.
They got rid of that and then it says pause. I don't know which came first, but pause, whatever. So now everybody's saying no Diddy. So in case you didn't know, our great Sean Puffy Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, has been in the news lately. Actually, he's been in the news for quite some time. But
yeah.
now the heat is really on because apparently you got to say no to Diddy.
This is not a funny subject. You are going to make a joke about it, but it is not a funny subject.
Well, so a lot of people, so for those who have been in the cave, he's been, hasn't been charged. He's been accused with sexual misconduct, which he quickly settled out of court.
A lot of them do.
And child sex trafficking.
Really?
Yeah. It was sex. I
didn't
know it was
hear
sex.
that one.
It was sex trafficking, but
Of minors.
According to his neighbor, the guy is so funny because the guy was driving by while the Homeland Security was raiding his house, and he had to think. He was like, "Yeah, them 2:00 in the morning parties, that bus they be bringing in, and they be underage."
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So my guess is it'll probably, just from what I'm hearing, it'll probably pull in Aaron Hall, which he had a child by someone. What's the Latina girl? I forgot her name, but she had a baby and she was underage.
Oh.
So, but that was years ago. They, but so, and that's, they were, like that close. Obviously that, what's his name? The guy from Love and Hip Hop, Stevie J. Stevie J got pulled in there as well.
Okay.
And all the jokes about that. It was a video, it was a porn video that said that he used Stevie J's man-on-man porn video or gay porn video to groom other men. And I think it was kind of debunked before that this some male porn actor said, no, that's not him. He said, that's me. Okay. So, but that's still
it's out there.
Right. And then there's the thing about Meek Mills. They're saying that he had something to do with Diddy and Christopher Williams. And if you listen to Jaguar Wright in her video, she tells it all. She don't care. She dropped names, and then they're investigating, from what I hear, some suspicious deaths.
Oh my God.
Yes. All right. So while we in it, some suspicious death with his ex.
Oh, okay.
And what was it? Albie Shore.
There was one with Usher.
Usher. Yeah.
Usher was very young when he hooked up with them.
But he dropped some things on it. He's because they asked him on an interview if he had a son, would he send him over to Diddy's camp? He was like, no.
Wow.
So, yeah. Then Albie Shore said something about when his tell-all was coming out, or his biopic, or whatever it was. People were going to hear the story because I think he alluded to that Diddy had something to do with his what did he have? He didn't have a stroke.
He was in a coma.
His coma, right?
Yeah.
He was responsible for that, and then of course it was the Tupac murder,
right?
There was allegations that
he was involved in that.
Yes, and I think it was, I forgot, the Keefe D, I think the guy's name was, that got arrested for that. allegedly it was, he had supposed to have given him $1 million to commit the, yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming out, and people criticizing his so-called friends on in the media.
Like, why didn't somebody say something sooner?
Or
back up some of the other stories that people were saying?
Well, they're saying, well, why are the friends silent? Why aren't they coming to his aid? You got to tell Diddy no.
You need to stop. You need to stop.
And then there's like every clip that comes out that from everybody, and 50's a bully. I would say
yes, he 50, is. Yes,
he's funny.
He is.
He's funny.
Yes,
but he just going at it. He's bringing out all these clips when he says how he says maybe he don't know it, but sometimes he says stuff that's kind of fruity.
Oh my God.
So and it does.
Okay, so again, no one came out. So I'm just gonna leave that alone because I understand like victimization, and sometimes it is really hard for you to come out and share your story. Well, so I get that.
There's a few that's come out.
Right.
A couple guys,
but this has been going on for a very long time,
and they haven't really accused him like legally.
Right. Yeah. It's just like.
Or charge
why now is the question. Why now? Like why did the bubble burst?
I think sometimes it takes somebody to break that and say, okay, well, at least the since the attention's on, maybe I won't get maybe blackballed or whatever it is. But also they said, now I don't know if this is true or not, but it was reported that he had cameras in all the rooms. Yeah. So
have you ever watched the Playboy Mansion thing?
No. I've seen it.
Basically, it's kind of the same thing.
Really?
Like it was so many people who did so many horrible things.
Oh no, I never.
To women. You should try to check it out. But basically, it was just like Don Cornelius and like some of people that we feel like are in high esteem.
Right. Well, Don Cornelius was a wife beater.
Yeah.
Or a woman beater.
Well, he did some funky things at the Playboy Mansion.
Wow.
Bill Cosby.
Okay.
So nobody's surprised about that. Yeah. But it is a lot of people who are in the same situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, well, even with Diddy, they, TD Jakes,
that was hilarious.
It's a lot of, and I'm gonna be honest, the memes on social media are hilarious. It was one that said, one guy posted something and he said, 1, 2, Diddy's coming for you.
Oh my God.
And then the other one was like 3, 4 bad boys at the door. It was just because it was just different people was adding in on it.
Right.
So,
right. Well, it gives a whole new meaning to take that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
So, take that.
Yeah.
Take that. So that was Diddy. Obviously that's not going to go away anytime soon. And then we have some bad news. We have recently, was a few days ago, Louis Gossett Jr. Let me say, Academy Award winning Louis Gossett Jr.
Put that in front of his name.
That's right. He's well deserved. He
Put
passed
some
away.
Respect on that name.
What was he? 80 something? 86, 84. He was born 1936, May 27th, from New York.
Wow.
Died at the age of 87.
87. Okay.
And that was on March 29th. And he lived in Santa Monica, California. I didn't know he was that tall. Leaves behind 2 children and I guess some ex-spouses. 3 of them.
Ooh. He was brave.
Yeah. Well, so Louis Gossett is most famous for An Officer and a Gentleman. If anybody has not seen that movie, I highly recommend it. I love that movie. It's an older movie. I don't remember when it came out, like maybe early 80s.
That was his Academy Award.
Okay.
Winning movie.
Okay.
1982.
82. Okay. Mm-hmm. It was a great movie. He played a drill sergeant in the Naval Academy, or not the Naval Officer Candidate School, and like I said, it was definitely a performance that deserved that Oscar.
Yes.
And he had many other roles. What was the other one you was talking about earlier?
Roots. We talk about
that's
Roots.
Right.
He was Fiddler.
Fiddler. Did you ever see Roots there, Felonious?
No.
You've never seen Roots?
No.
It's a must see. I
Yeah.
feel like it's a must
We're gonna have to
see.
take a day and we have to keep. We're gonna have to get her caught up. You know, there's a. Did you ever see the new version?
No, I did not.
I started watching. It's not bad. I didn't get to see the, the whole thing, but from what I saw, it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, Louis Gossett Jr. R.I.P. He will be missed.
Absolutely. He had a long TV and movie career. He was in a lot of things.
And he was in the Jeffersons.
He was in the Jeffersons.
What was out of?
He was George's best friend.
Yes,
Yes.
his Navy buddy.
His Navy buddy.
That's right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, that was something. But yeah, we don't get those type of actors these days. And like I said, he's played just about every type of character.
Right. Right.
I don't know if he's played any villains, 'cause I can't recall. But maybe the Jeffersons, he wasn't really. He was a bad guy,
he was
kinda
not
in
a good guy.
Yeah.
He was not a good guy. Who was gonna come and hit on Wheezy? I mean, honestly, the respect. You're supposed to respect Wheezy.
His name was Wendell, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
I think it was Wendell.
I don't remember. But yeah, he is definitely going to be missed, I feel like. And it's a whole generation of people who should really look at his movies and see who he is.
Yes, and speaking of which, we have to get our co-host Felonious Feather up to date on some of the actors in their movies, these classics that we kind of you got Sidney Poitier, even the Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby movies.
Oh my gosh,
it,
yes.
3 of those, 2 of those. It was Uptown Saturday Night.
Let's do it again.
And I thought it was one more, but anyway, the Sidney Poitier.
Ancestor movies. Oh my God.
Well, listen, since the ancestors are passing away, we need to get the next generation up and running, and they need to know who these people are.
Like Harry Belafonte.
Oh, Harry Belafonte.
Yeah, you gotta see him. He played Geechee Dan.
Geechee Dan.
Yeah, you're missing out. There's some really good classic movies. Ossie Davis.
A Piece of the Action. That was the other one. Yes. Ozzy and Ruby definitely need to know who they are. So,
Samuel L. Jackson.
Everybody knows Samuel L. Jackson because he has been in a movie for every generation. Because isn't he like the number one person? He's been in the most movies ever. Yes, he has been in a generation. Each generation has their movie of Samuel L. Jackson.
What was the first movie that you remember him in?
Probably. Was it Jungle Fever?
Jungle
He
Fever?
in Jungle Fever?
He was in Jungle Fever.
Yeah, maybe
that was Gator.
Gator, yes, Gator.
Oh, wait. Dr. TV. I smoked the TV, mama. But he was in School Days.
I don't remember him in School Days.
Is when they all went to that. I don't know if it was like McDonald's or whatever, and it was the guys was getting on the college people. He was in there.
Coming to America.
America?
Yeah, that may be the first one. But I don't think I knew that it was Samuel L. Jackson. Mm-hmm. So Coming to America, I remember him in that one. So yeah. He's had a long, lustrous career.
Somebody bubble wrap Samuel L. Jackson.
Please.
We need him longer.
Please, we need him. Him and Denzel.
And I want him to do a Star Wars feature, like for his character from the Star Wars series. I really would like to see that. Yeah, he's just a phenomenal actor.
I agree.
And obviously, I think one of my favorite movies that he's been in, Pulp Fiction.
Oh, that's my favorite. Yeah, I love Pulp Fiction.
Did you see Pulp Fiction? At least that one?
What do you mean at least that one?
Yeah, because she has no idea what we're talking about right now. I think I hope in my next life I learn how to curse like him. I'm almost there. I am almost there.
Oh, so was it Amazon or Echo? The Echo Dot. Mm-hmm. You can actually change the voice into Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. You have to have Sam say.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Yeah, and it's
I love it.
So let's go to our social media. See what we had there. One last thing for trending topics or whatever. Just in case you didn't know, our former president, I'm going to say it like they did Russell Simmons. Accused rapist.
Oh, my God.
Accused rapist and fraudulent businessman, former president,
and 91
twice,
felon.
Yeah, twice impeached president.
You can have a long list of
Was
what is
in
that,
court.
adjectives?
Yes. So he had that $425 million suit from the Attorney General of New York.
Right.
The judge knocked it down to 100 and
something ridiculous
million, whatever, and he
Yeah.
actually got it, paid for by some other billionaire. So he went to court to try to get the case thrown out, and his classified documents cases thrown out. That was denied, and he's now, I guess, waiting for the Supreme Court to rule on whether the president has immunity from everything,
from prosecution, right?
Which is ridiculous, and I don't know why the Supreme Court even took up that case.
Right, because he put most of them on the bench. He put a good 2 on the bench.
The fix is in. I really believe this.
I agree. You know what I want, and I'm trying to, in my next phase of life, not wish harm to people. I'm trying to get that bubble of, I just want everybody to be okay. I want all of his money gone because I think that will hurt him more than putting him in jail.
Yes.
I want him to be poor, and I want him to have the life that a real poor person lives. And I think that will harm him more than anything else, which is never going to happen because he's got money stashed probably all over the place.
He has that social media platform called something.
And he's selling Bibles and tennis shoes. Yeah. So I'm just
if
like
you buy
over all
something
of that.
about did you say something about the Bible?
Yeah, he's selling the Bible. That's
so bad.
And I forgot how much it was. It was a lot.
$59.
A $59 Bible.
Right.
That has the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution in there, and if you have one at home, hey, call in so we can identify you as an idiot. Okay. So I'll give you.
You can't say idiot.
Yes,
you
I
could
can.
just say that your views are different from theirs.
Your views are different from ours, and because you're an idiot. Okay.
I was trying, family. I was trying.
So we had our question of the day, and it went like this. Humans have made many advances in the fields of science and technology. So, our question of the day is science and technology that we have today and its advances, is it a gift or is it a curse? Let us know by dropping your comments, and as always, like and share. Okay, so the question of the day was...
that was weird.
Is science a gift or a curse? And the reason why I asked that question, it was because I was watching something, and it was about. Let me tell you, first of all, my computer. When I get on my computer, maybe because I'm always on the science stuff, all these articles pop up, like everything. So
AI is generating for you.
Yes.
Your algorithm is
But they had one where it was they was coming up with a prosthetic that looked like a regular hand, and when it's attached, it actually was controlled by your brain waves.
Oh wow!
So they had something planted in your head, and then it can move like a regular hand. They also have one that I guess the nerves that's attached to whatever you lost can control it just by thinking about it. So I was like, man, that's some good stuff. But of course, with human nature, there's always a good and bad. That's the duality of humans and science. So I thought about all the good technology we have, and immediately I was like, well, we're gonna F it up some sort of way
because we're human.
Yeah. So that's the question of the day. Is science a gift and a curse? So one of the things that we were talking about, does the advances in science and technology increase the ethical dilemmas?
Absolutely.
I would have to say yes. I agree. Mm-hmm. And we could come up with probably 1,000 different, examples of, why. And I think the governments, even some in other countries, have put in, laws in place to keep that fine line of ethical behavior.
Well, see, the thing about that is when the government is putting in, they are telling us that we can't use it for A, B, C, and D.
Right.
But they're doing it.
They're doing it secretly.
Right. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. What do you think? What advances in science?
What is wrong with you today?
I was thinking of saying it a different language. But yeah, so
just go, keep going.
advances in science and technology. Like I love science. I love technology. I think that with all the science that we have now, it should solve so many problems. And I think some of the issues we have today, like diseases, and especially like childhood diseases and genetic diseases, whatever, that will be soon fixed. I truly believe that. And just was it yesterday I got an MRI, and I sat there in the machine, and I was looking at the screen, and also all I could think of is like, well, what if they had like a they putting some nanobots in me.
Oh my God.
And they can just go in there and you program them to target a certain thing, and that's not far from reality.
Right.
So I think science is going to do wonders for some of the things that we thought that one day would never be cured.
Right.
Breast cancer.
Yeah, but we're really waiting for that one. That's the important, like curing cancer.
I think it's coming. I really do. Well, I mean, you've got so many types of cancer, but I think you'll see them start knocking them down one by one.
I think, though, that businesses like cancer and diabetes and high blood pressure are all money-making entities.
Right.
So I think that I feel like it should be closer than it is, but it may not be.
There's no motivation to cure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you something that's based on that. Even with that said, do you think that the government should take over healthcare?
Ooh.
That's a big one, right?
That is a big one.
Should they take over
healthcare?
In what sense?
In, like, for example, like say, the development of stuff, the implementation of stuff,
instead of privatizing it.
Yes.
Right.
I had you call me a socialist if you want, but I always thought that, like you said, there's no incentive to actually cure diseases because the money is in the treatment,
pharmaceuticals and treatment, right?
So things like that could really, really make this place a horrible place. Healthcare, that's one, and the banking system,
right?
Always thought those two were something that not the banking system, the power, the energy companies, right?
Oh, okay.
So, because they can charge you whatever they want, and they know,
and there's nothing we could do about it.
And there's no incentive for them unless the government gives, concedes billions of dollars to them to actually, develop another type of energy. So, I'm always in favor of the government taking over healthcare, and because they're not in the business of making money that way. They're in the business of, doing things so you're paying your taxes to get their money.
But I think that they would be if they started taking off. I do.
Like
that's
Social
what
Security.
I do for work. I, work in insurance for addiction, right? And for the most part, most of our clients or people have medical assistance, which is the government is controlling that medical assistance. And as a result of that, I've seen some things that are just wrong. People say I'll just say it. I work in a field of addiction, and people say if you have an addiction, it's a matter of you just stopping, and that's a whole nother show. And it was at a place at some point that they were just saying, well, if you're using drugs, we just gonna stop your insurance. We're not gonna pay for this anymore, right? But it is classified as disease. It is in the all the medical journals as a disease. You wouldn't do that with diabetes. You wouldn't say, if you keep eating sugar, I'm not going to pay for your medical assistance anymore. So I can see how the government can manipulate what they want to pay for and what they don't want to pay for. But on the other hand, the insurance companies are just out of control.
They are.
They are just out of control, and they're making money hand over fist, and it's not really like they are in it to make you better.
So that when you look at the ethical responsibility, or who are you as a healthcare
Right.
corporation or the pharmaceutical company? Who are you responsible to? Who are you ethically?
Right.
Your shareholders.
And you
And to
can
make the
see
money.
that with the guy who tried to quadruple the cost of insulin.
Yes.
Like, you can see how, you know, people would get in it for the money and not necessarily to make people better. Because
Exactly.
once you make them better, then you have nobody buying your product.
And then you don't have to look too far, because you can look at other countries, what they pay for, the same stuff that we pay for.
Absolutely.
And
It's
a telltale
insane. It's
sign.
ridiculous. So I think that the doctors and the researchers and the people who went to school 100 years should be right there doing what they do, not necessarily having the government overlook them and say, you're spending too much money on this.
Right.
And the government would, because that's who they are.
Well, it would be different, because the incentive for the government is to one up the other governments. Even if it came to this, like if the U.S. let's give an example, if the U.S. developed, like, said, the cure for AIDS, right? Obviously, that's something that you would want to, you know, have for your people,
Right.
because then your productivity is higher, your expenses are
Lower.
a lot less, right? And then you can also sell it to other countries, you know?
right.
So I think there's some good incentives to do the right thing in that case, except for the private side,
Right.
right? So, you know, it's always that you know, you have to look at. But getting back to the sciences and stuff like that, the ethical dilemma. Now, I was watching. Was it Terminator? Was it Terminator? All right, so yeah, let me read what I wrote. So I can't stammer through it. So some of the things that we was looking at. The Terminator movie franchise, everybody's seen it. It's like, how many of them? It's like four or five.
Yeah.
Revolves around a gripping battle for survival between the nearly extinct human race and an all-encompassing synthetic intelligence known as Skynet. Now, what is the big fight right now? Artificial intelligence.
Right.
Right. Everybody wants, you know, to get into the artificial intelligence business because it's making things happen faster and better. Right. But according to Elon Musk, he's been pushing for them to have, you know,
According to who?
Elon Musk, regulations on or controls on artificial intelligence, because obviously he foresees it becoming just like, you know, humans. And then the thing is, if they get to a point where the artificial intelligence becomes self-aware and they say, well, hey, you know, our job is to do X, Y, and Z, just like on Terminator, and you're a danger to yourself.
Right.
We have to take over.
What's the other movie that
iRobot?
iRobot.
Or 2001 Space Odyssey is what I was thinking about.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, yeah, you have to see that. She's like, what?
That was actually before 2001, by the way. That was like a futuristic thing back then. But yeah, you know, they see it coming. We see these things coming, and you say, well, what's the deal, people? Why are you've seen the movie,
right?
You know, you've seen the movie that this little serum created the zombies,
right?
Why would you want to invent a serum that reanimates body parts just to see if you can do it?
Yeah.
So you're gonna always have that. It was another one called Gattaca, where now this is the one that's I think is the most we're the closest to where they start, you know, genetic engineering.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So they have that now. They're working with that now. The government's giving them money to do genetic editing. So, and if you guys don't know what genetic editing is, it's basically where they mess around with your genes and say that, you know, if you wanted to have a child, you can control what their eye color is or certain features they have. Or sex. Yes, which I think is a really bad idea. On the surface, it may look okay, but I can see.
I don't think it looks okay on the surface.
But yeah, I mean, it's there, and I think it's just a bad deal. You know, we've had too much access to Pandora's box.
Right.
You know?
And for some people think AI is Pandora's box.
Yeah.
You know, some people feel like that, but if it's gonna create a cure for some disease, if it's going to you know, I had 36 treatments of radiation. If it's going to be like, oh, you can take this pill and not have radiation, you know, if it's going to make us better in some kind of way, then we need it. I feel like we need it if it's going to make us better.
And we're on the cusp.
But, you know, there are some not so great things, you know, people.
Everything comes with a disadvantage.
Right.
It does.
Right.
But with science and technology, the disadvantages are are huge.
Yes.
Just like, so you figure,
Yes.
Albert Einstein, right?
Okay.
Considered one of the smartest men in the world ever, right? He was a pacifist.
Really?
Yes, he was a pacifist. But it was because of him that the U.S., you know, kicked off their Manhattan Project, because he said the Germans are, you know, trying to look at, you know, using nuclear.
That's pretty much
technology.
what Oppenheimer was about.
Mm-hmm. So, perfect example. So now you have a situation where you have this technology that could do wonderful things
and horrible things.
And what happened?
They did horrible things.
Right.
But they also felt like if we don't do this horrible thing to them, they're going to do this horrible thing to us.
Right.
And that's what that was about. Yeah.
So, youngster,
Oldie.
did you ever see the Matrix?
Yeah. Like the Matrix.
No, the Matrix.
Let me tell you, I was obsessed with those movies, and it wasn't really about me.
Was it Keanu Reeves?
Yes.
Yes.
Keanu Reeves, by the way, for those.
Whatever.
We all knew what she was talking about. It was more for me girl power.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of girl power in that movie, so that it was that for me.
Right.
But it says a lot.
Oh, speaking of which, did you know that the Terminator movies and the Matrix movies are the same timeline?
I did not.
They are part of the same story.
I did not.
And talk about girl power. The creator of that, the writer, is a black woman.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Go,
but yeah,
girl.
It's and I won't tell you how they intertwine, but it's basically the Matrix and the Terminator are the same storyline. They're run together. But that's another one that I think more closer to the Elon Musk wanting to plug us into what is it called, AI to you know. I like information. I want to know everything.
Right.
So I like that idea. However, there's got to be a bad part to that may not be worth the risk.
Right. Absolutely.
You know, and it's sad that we, you know, maybe they could do something to fix humans and turn us into robots.
I was going to say, are you willing to take that chance?
He doesn't mind being a robot.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't mind being a robot.
I'm going to tell you this. Like if AI got to be that great, plus the how they do the, like talking about the prosthetics, we're almost there to having androids, like as in what's it, data and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If they could take my brain,
of course.
Oh geez,
and put it in a I don't call it a cybernetic organism, I guess it would be, but like a android body,
right?
Or whoever, I would do it.
And how your body?
Yeah.
How about your body?
His body's gone.
falling apart.
Oh, you saying you don't want that one anymore?
But
will it get to that though? Will it get to the point where I'm old, my body's falling apart, I need a new one? Mm-hmm. Can AI, produce that for me?
I don't see why not.
Right.
I mean, if you look at the course of how it's going, I could see them even doing cloning. Like if they,
they've cloned sheep. They've cloned things already.
But if you clone, let's say we cloned you.
Oh, jeez. Right? Don't clone him.
And they took your brain and put it into the new clone.
Right.
That way you still have the same, because if you clone somebody, you're not going to be the same person.
Right.
But if you take that brain and put it in there, you don't have to worry about your body rejecting it. You don't have to worry about, because it's a match, it's a clone.
Right.
So that would keep people living longer, and then maybe you know, because that's what I think the ultimate pursuit is to live longer, live healthier.
Live healthier and long.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And,
So people will not die
I got it.
anymore.
right.
You want to live forever?
I would. I would.
I don't think. I mean, I think I want to live I know I want to live a long life, but I don't think I want to live forever. There's just everybody you know is going to die off.
But you'll meet new people.
You know. Oh my gosh.
But not your generation and everything.
It don't matter. We still will listen, you know what drives me?
Why do you think even people that live really long, they want to die because they're tired? Because everybody else is like not that generation. People they know.
Right.
I think it's more
Everybody's
for them.
gone.
Yeah.
I think it's more for them is that once you get older, they can't do the things. The quality of life is not as good.
Absolutely.
You're like a baby.
Yeah. But if you can live longer and still had that same quality of life, and let's say you would, what age did you think that you were the best?
Probably in my 40s.
40s. All right, let's
I
say
would say in my
40,
40s.
45.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if you could stay 45 for 1,000 years.
I'm not yet at my best.
But even then, like say if you could be 45 at your, forever, like for 1,000 years, you wouldn't want to do that?
I don't think I would.
No. What about you? If you could, you're what? What
Well,
do you
it
like?
depends.
What are you
It
like,
depends
12?
on I'm like 10. It depends on if I'm not the only one doing it. If I have my friends and people that I love doing it too, you know what I'm saying?
So
Right.
I'm different.
Together.
Yeah.
I don't want to be by myself living that long.
Right.
You would meet new people.
I don't care about meeting new people.
I get that. I understand what you're saying, and I know that you're saying like you would meet new people, but you would see so much that at some point. I mean, I'm halfway cynical now,
Right.
so I know 1,000 years from now, I'm like, oh, they did that shit back in my day. No, I don't care.
4 or 5 times.
Right? I've seen this 100 times. Like, do you want to live that long?
Well, even in movies, people that live long, like vampires, like they get tired of
Right,
it. They
like,
get tired
yeah.
of seeing so many things happen over the years, over and over again. Different people, different generations, different everything. So
Well,
I guess it gets tiring.
What drives me to say that I would want to live for the next 1,000, 2,000 years or whatever is the fact that I want to see how this technology,
How it all plays out.
Yes, I want to see what's life going to be like in the year 2080, or I guess that's not that too long, but then in the year 2430.
2080 is like another.
That's long.
That's like that's a long time.
Okay.
Like 50 something years, 54
Okay. So, but
years.
let's say 2,200, like 1,000 years, 32, whatever. Let's see what this earth looks like. What do we do? Did we finally come to our senses and live in a peaceful life? Are we going to have one nation? Are we going to get to Alpha Centauri? Are we going to be able to have, multi-planet civilizations?
Right.
I want to see all of that. I want to see them be able to cure cancer, cure, stupidity.
All of it. Oh, jeez.
So
Pinky. Not sure there's a cure for stupidity.
I want to see that, and I think that's what drives me most. I want to, I would be that vampire that lives.
All right, let's start.
I would do it, and if you gave me the same, body,
Healthy,
the health, and improve me to where I'm, I would do it.
And not be senile and just.
Yep, I would do it. I would do it in a heartbeat. Because then I would you get to a point where maybe the technology is, maybe they could bring somebody back. Pet Cemetery.
Nope. Nope.
Have you seen the movie Pet Cemetery?
Yeah.
You did?
I read the book.
You read? Oh, okay. She
I
reads.
You know
I think I read
what?
that, and then the book was more detailed than the.
It
Always
was. The book was way
Always
better.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Definitely always
speaking
is.
of it, I'm gonna throw this in there. So Stephen King movies I like.
Yes.
Right?
Me too.
But the books are 100 times
Better.
better.
Yes.
Yes. And
Yes.
what's your favorite one? Just thinking of
Well, we just said one.
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think mine is Salem's Lot.
Oh, I love Salem's
That
Lot.
scared me.
The life out of
my
me.
goodness.
Scared the life
And
out
I'm
of me.
not scared from vampire movies, but that one
Scared
did
the
it.
life out of me.
And The Stand.
I love Salem's Lot. I love The Stand. Thinner is one of
Thinner,
my
okay.
favorite ones.
Okay.
And Needful Things.
Needful Things. Okay.
I like
Needful Things was
Needful
okay,
Things.
but The Stand was I don't think I saw the movie. Yeah, I did see the movie or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah.
But they had a person in there for Felonious, M-O-O-N spells
You
moon.
know what? What is wrong with you?
M-O-O-N spells moon.
What is wrong with you? I could list a lot of Stephen King books that I liked. Stand By Me was a Stephen King novelette.
Really?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Oh, it.
Whew. The reason I don't like clowns to this day.
Tommy Knockers.
It?
Tommy Knockers. It.
Oh, I saw the movie.
Yeah,
And
the
Yeah.
book was really good.
The book was really good and really long.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. Well, it wasn't long as Tommy Knockers.
What's the one that did everybody's teeth fall out? Is that Tommy Knockers?
That was Tommy Knockers.
Oh my God. I was having dreams at night that my teeth were falling out. Oh my gosh. All right, we completely got off track. We should do a show seriously about books and what we read and that kind of thing. We should do that, books and movies. But let's do some pros and cons of AI.
Okay.
And I pulled this from Upwork Community.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the pros they were talking about is animation, automation. I'm sorry, we're not talking about Pinky in the Brain. Automation. So
Is that a pro though?
I'm just
Okay,
saying
okay.
what the paper said. So AI can automate many tasks that are repetitive and time consuming for humans, freeing up more time for more creative and complex tasks.
And higher unemployment rates.
Can I get to it?
Oh, okay.
Efficiency. AI can process vast amounts of data quickly and accurately, enabling faster decision making.
Okay.
Personalization. AI can provide personalized experiences for users, such as personalized recommendations and customer service. So that's moving your algorithm to all the science stuff that you like. So, and innovation. AI can drive innovation in various fields, such as healthcare, transportation, by enabling new approaches and solutions. Okay. So, some of the cons. Unemployment.
Yeah.
AI can replace jobs that are traditionally done by humans, leading to unemployment and economic disruption. Biased. And this is one thing that I did not think about. So, AI can...
Well, can I throw a movie in there?
Yes.
So you said the one where it makes things easier, and you know, remember the movie Wall-E? Wall-E.
I don't think I saw that.
That's a great movie. That's a great movie. Well, so basically the gist of that is that they had situations where machines did everything, and then people became big
Obsolete.
lumps of fat, lazy, didn't know how to, because machines did everything. They did everything. So that's one of the drawbacks from that too.
That's what they said.
And let machines start replicating themselves.
Oh, that's a whole nother Magilla, man.
Yep.
Okay, so bias. AI can perpetrate bias and discrimination if the data used to train the algorithms is biased, or if the algorithms are not designed to be fair. So the 1% could be designing those algorithms. Privacy. AI can raise privacy concerns if it collects and uses personal data without consent, or in ways that are not transparent. And security. AI can be vulnerable to cyber attacks if the systems are not designed with security in mind.
Okay.
So,
Wait, can you say that again? What was that word? What?
AI?
Prophecy? No, prophecy.
privacy.
Private. Oh, okay.
Privacy.
You see, what do you mean, like privacy?
Yeah. So what it's saying is that
No, I didn't hear the word. It was sounding like prophecy. To
Oh,
me.
sorry. It's the
No, it's
privacy.
Her. It's her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You know what?
It's different.
You know
See,
what?
that's the same way when I say something, a bird, and then like I'm hearing something.
You didn't recognize privacy because you say privacy.
I say privacy.
You say privacy.
Duh.
I
say
got
privacy.
you. I got you into saying privacy.
I said privacy.
Right.
No, you never told me. What
I
you
told
mean?
you. You said.
I've never said privacy. That's deep.
She can say however she like. So basically, like we were saying, there are good things to AI and there are bad things to AI. You know?
And somebody has been really lazy these days. All he does, he uses AI for everything.
I know. I love
I know.
AI because it gives you a great start.
Like
for
he can't think for himself anymore.
No.
So is that another issue?
You're gonna, even with AI, it's not that you're gonna still have to personalize it yourself.
Well, you can still think
right.
for
So,
yourself.
but here's another thing. It's something along for you. Like you can get the They got the realistic Big John dolls now, right? And if you put AI in there, then you got your,
No, you did not go
Do you
there.
even see even people?
She has no clue.
I don't know what you're saying. Anyway.
I know you don't.
Whatever.
Oh.
Even people these days, you can't even differentiate. You can't even tell the difference between a normal person, like videos, pictures,
Right?
and all of that.
Oh yeah,
You can't even tell.
Yeah.
I've seen all these AI things trying to make yourself look different.
Right.
People be uploading stuff
Right.
on Facebook. You can't even tell what is catfishing and what is real.
Well,
that's they've been doing that all along with the filters and
but this is way different. Like I have one of.
So now it's getting so realistic that you can't tell even the voice. Like
I have one of myself.
Oh wow!
Let me see that.
I have a tattoo.
Yes.
That ain't you.
That looks like me.
No, it
Just
doesn't.
because of the tattoo. Got Steve Jobs. And then I have one where I'm a cowgirl.
Well, now they can do one for you look like Renee Tennyson.
Whatever.
Who was that?
She was a Playboy model back in the day, back in
Whatever.
back in 1984.
Lord.
She was from Idaho. She had a twin sister.
Okay.
Anyway,
Look at
call
that.
back.
Yes. Look at the things you can remember.
But here's the thing. Even with you can do the voices like and I'm sure there's a movie out there for that where you have an AI voice that's your daughter or your whatever.
Yeah.
Daddy, help me, whatever. So.
Yep.
Or now can you trust what you see on TV or news clips?
Right.
When they can change, you can actually have AI that actually makes what you type it to say. Or, they can create, you can create videos.
Right.
Make a video of Donald Trump actually saying something nice.
Like what you said, like the things you used to do. Or the only thing I think would just be like having to, maybe someone you lose, having to get them to talk again.
There's a movie for that too.
I have the picture talk or a video of them talking and doing, even if it's not 100% real, but then
I would take it.
Kind of gives you
So
I'm gonna pass on that.
So just like Marvel had a thing where one of the scientists actually transferred his brain into a computer. And what if you had that situation where you took a loved one and you can transfer their brain, however it works, the neurons, whatever, into an AI robot,
and you can have
like a realistic robot
conversations, and this person is that's a little creepy for me. I'm sorry.
I would take it. I'm all for it.
That is definitely feeling like a Stephen King
if something can
movie.
can bring my mom, I know it's not going to be her, but I don't mind.
But certainly if they had something that could say that all right, so they cloned. I mean, maybe they took something from you and just maybe modified it a bit to make it look like your mom, and they put this brain chip in her head, and now she's everything you remember your mom, and she has every single thing, every memory that they got from you, and the voice, everything. Would you do it? Dilemma.
Well,
no, go ahead.
No,
You go. What to say? I'm still thinking. I don't know.
okay. If they did that before she died, and I didn't know, I would be okay.
Okay.
But now I know that she's gone, and then she gonna come knock on my door one day. I am not ready for that. Like if no, or if she was about to die and it was just like, listen, you can do this and keep her. I might have done it then.
It's a computer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before she goes, if you want to do this and keep her, keep her alive, or keep her memory alive, or keep something about her alive, I might have done it then. But knowing that she's been gone 10 years and now you're telling me I can get this back, I don't think I could do it.
I would do it in a hot minute.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it.
I would have, if they can make it into a realistic robot, or like a Siri. Brian, put on a t-shirt. that would be my mom. Brian, put on a t-shirt. So I would do it. And of course, like again, they would take that same science and technology and turn them into a super soldier, or something like that.
Super spy, whatever, whatever.
Or Playmates.
Ugh.
Yep. Oh, that was a movie like that too. I think it was called Cherry 2000. Something
Is
along
this
those
porn?
lines. No, it's not porn. It was.
She never trust you. She cannot trust
I'm
you.
sorry.
It's not porn. It was Well, the robot was I think called Cherry 2000. I forgot. I don't know if the title of the movie was, but it was something along those lines.
Right.
You know, but it was pretty.
So how much do we see in movies that could possibly be
real?
Yes.
I think
the correlation between movies and reality.
I think. Oh, it goes back to, does art
imitate life or
life
life imitating art?
I think both.
Yeah.
I think both.
Yeah.
I think now that we're looking at think about the submarine. Look at all the stuff that they had, all the movies from way back when, and the flying machines and all this type of stuff. I think that, maybe that gives or plants ideas in people's head, and they say, well, hey, let's make that. Or
right.
the Star Trek communicator from the 60s. Now you got the flip phones that was almost the exact same thing.
Dick Tracy's talking into his watch, and so am I.
Bingo. Bingo.
Yeah, that was just...
I think, in all honesty, I think we're going to be able to have walking humans, not actually humans, but they look exactly like humans, and have artificial intelligence so advanced that you won't be able to tell the difference.
That is so creepy.
And then they'll kill us.
Probably.
Exactly.
I know when they start having those, they will start doing human jobs.
Oh yeah,
So people don't have jobs anymore, and all that. They would take over the world.
Right, and they could work 24 hours,
exactly.
and
so without being paid, without getting paid,
so. Not demanding raises and vacation time and all of those other things. But I don't know. I think my son told me this story about this woman that got pulled off of a plane because she saw this man who she didn't think was real. Now, in my head, because of my profession, I'm like, she's having a psychotic break. But, and we'll talk about this on another show, Conspiracies. He honestly believed that this person may not have been real.
Okay.
That they may have been some kind of prototype, and she could tell, and nobody else could tell. So, everybody else is looking at her like, she's psychotic. She done broke. She's gone. She's crazy. But I'm saying this to say that it may get to a point where that is real.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
where that's real, which is very scary to me.
Right now they have the Neuralink, right? That's the one. That's what Elon Musk is working on, and it's like a little. I forgot what the size, but it's a little thing that they put in the back of your head, and it attaches to your brain, right? And it gives you this incredible connection or wealth of information. Right. And also just imagine with that now where you can control things just by thinking about it. But I think they kind of have that now. But like
they should not let that they should not let him have access to
absolutely not. Absolutely not. No.
So but now the driving force on that is to help people with paralysis.
Okay.
Right. So if you can do that and people can have their limbs and have a healthy life, then whatever. But obviously the military will get a hold of it, and some sort of way it'll be turned into a weapon. So,
because that's who we are as Americans.
Yeah. So can we say that? Now, it's like Spider-Man, right? You have the was it Venom? That creature, whatever, that they kind of combine. I think that's what we're going to be looking at in the short term.
There's always a villain. Yeah. There is always a villain.
But you're going to have that in the short term. Like I said, if he can do the Neuralink, what's to stop that from taking the actual brain? And I thought about this a long time ago.
I see.
Connect the brain to an advanced robot where you're controlling everything, and you have 1,000 terabytes. No, it's probably, let's say 1,000,000 trillion terabytes of information that you can click to, right? And pretty much, here's the thing. You can program yourself to replicate yourself or replicate, So I could see that cybernetic organ. And then think about this. If you have that, maybe now you can go long distances in space without all the restrictions.
Okay.
Right? So I think it's like the closest planet. It's going to take like 70,000 years to get to the closest planet.
Right.
Right. So now you have people who are built a certain way that they can make that 70,000, mile thing. Right.
For the
She looked at me
purpose
like I'm
of.
crazy.
For the purpose of.
Of discovery and being on a multi-planet civilization, which I think that's
Like the
know,
Jetsons.
Yeah. And her.
Do you know who the Jetsons are? She was like, I'm tired of these old people asking me all these questions. Oh my God.
You don't know what the Jetsons?
No.
Like, don't ask me about nothing
I already
else.
said no. And I go, what you say?
Yeah, we need to have like a TV marathon
Ooh,
one
Lord.
day so she can see all of these things that we're talking about.
So talking about an invasion of privacy,
Mm-hmm.
right? So right now they're trying to push where they get these biochips implanted under the skin, where it has all your information on there. Like say if you was
Like a driver's license.
like your driver's license, your health
Health it,
records,
okay.
everything, and you can go to a store, pick up what you want, and it automatically takes it out your
Bank account.
or your. I guess they at that time I guess they wouldn't have bank accounts. Everything would be digital.
I remember going to church.
So how would I input my money inside myself?
It would you would just it would be transmitted to you.
Right.
Like, however the transaction would happen, it would just go to your
My body.
your
My
credit,
brain.
your cloud.
I think
Like I'll have an iCloud.
yeah, probably so.
Well, in the end times, things will happen.
Like my 2-digit bank account.
Yeah, mine's probably be that too. But
So if you don't have money or whatever, you're gonna decline.
right, you're going to decline like you decline now. You decline, you know.
You wouldn't have to
But
worry
I
about-
was gonna say I remember going to church with my mother-in-law probably 35 years now, maybe more. And the pastor was talking about it. It's going to come a point where there's no more paper money.
right.
And I was just like, right. And look where we are.
Debit
But
card
yeah,
and-
no, but I know who's carry cash now. You know,
And
like
you got
barely
the-
have cash.
The where you can scan through your phone.
Right. You just
right?
beep and you're gone. Yeah.
So with that said, what's the difference in if you had let's say like a bracelet or something now where you can just it just automatically picks it up, scans it.
Yeah.
Or-
I mean, you could do that with your phone right
Yeah.
now. So
So I think that's a
Well,
good thing.
the phone
It's
is
a-
okay. They shouldn't increase that. They should not do any more.
But
Phone
what,
is fine.
what they're,
Not
what
my
they-
body. No.
what they're looking at now is that how you have Cash App, like
Yep.
right. So where the government has that now, so everything goes through them. The bad part about it is then that means the government has access to what you've been buying.
I'm sure somewhere they can probably find that out anyway.
Yeah, but
I
it makes
mean,
it too easy.
Too easy.
Yeah, and I think that's some of the concerns. And they got Biohacks International offers a chip primarily designed to streamline daily routines.
Like,
That's talking about your shopping. You
Okay.
walk through with the
right.
going to the laundromat.
Mm.
Going to the movies. Or going to the doctors. Everything.
Right.
So it's a lot to it.
Wait, I just remembered something. I was driving to work this morning, and then I saw this a lot thing. You know when you're driving, and then on 695 there's
The traffic light.
no. Shh. I hate you. Not the traffic light, the one that tells you, there's a crash or there's a bus
right.
that I'm
Yeah.
using. So and then I'm like
Signboard.
yeah, whatever.
Okay.
And then I'm like, no, Amzat in the tunnel. I'm like, who the
Yeah.
fuck is Amzat?
No.
Wait, is Asma?
Hazmat. I was talking to my son about that today. I was like, well, how do you even know if somebody's coming through with hazmat? How do you know?
Amzat is like a Muslim name. So I'm like, everybody likes Amzat. How do they know any Amzat? And I went and I'm like, okay, let me check my phone. Amzat. And then like, oh, did you mean Quran? Amzat. Then like, I'm like, and then they said Amzat. And then I put no. And Amzat is prohibited. And like, oh, hazmat. Hazardous materials.
Oh my goodness. Too
Patrick.
funny. No, I'm not going to allow you to call her that ever. No. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's the pros and cons to all of that. It really is. But we got robots now. You got the iRoomba, whatever the thing is back in your floor. That's a robot.
Yeah, that one that just
it does it itself. We got robots everywhere now. But you was talking about the bracelet, but you can just do that in Giant now with the gun. Like you just go and beep beep. I do that all the time.
Oh yeah.
And buy what I want and just pay for it when you get to the line.
Well, Amazon is coming out with Amazon.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Amazon's coming out with stores. I don't know if they have it already, but the thing is, you would go in there and it's something that you're automatically scanned as you're going out. It whenever you pick something up, it tolls it for you.
Oh wow!
And you go there. You don't have to stop at a checkout line. You don't have to just walk out. That's
okay, so that's
and then how do you pay?
Decrease in jobs. It's on your Amazon account.
Yeah, it just takes it out.
Oh.
Yeah, but
so if you don't have an Amazon account,
then you can't go in the store.
You're ridiculous. But again,
I don't
decrease in jobs.
Yeah. And, I always thinking about that when I go into like some place like Walmart or whatever, and I really hate when they have those automatic, like you check.
I'm a self-checkout person. I'm guilty of it.
That.
You don't like self-checkout?
I'm guilty
I don't like
it.
the fact that they have it because it takes away jobs.
Well, would you really not rather have it than have to stay in line on that?
Well, they need to hire more people.
Yeah,
well,
but they're not.
Well, it's not like I don't think they purposely don't want to hire people. Maybe people
just
don't want to.
They purposely don't want to hire people. No.
So Tracy, you remember Bill Burr, right?
Yes.
He was talking about how he went to McDonald's. no, it was some burger joint, and he ordered something, and the guy said he wanted pickles on. He says, "Sir, the pickle is over there."
Right.
He says, "Okay, won't you go over there and get it?" He says, "I don't work here." So, but that's basically like you go through those lines like, "I don't work here. I'm not an employee."
I know, but I am. I just want to get out of the store.
I do too, and I would if it was like I needed to get in. I really need to get in and out. I would do it, but I'm like, they need to look at that.
I agree 100%. They really do. But it is somehow serving them. It is somehow serving them. They're not doing it, for the customer. They're doing it because it's cost effective to them.
Right.
And that's why they're doing it. And the only way, what makes me feel a little bit better about it, I usually order and then pick up, so I know that they're picking. That. I know that there at least is somebody doing that, so it's somebody with a job. So I try to do that a little more than self checkout, but I am guilty of self checkout.
And what they have the what's it called? Cart.
Instacart. Mm-hmm.
I've done that. I love that. And I guess more stores. I can see more stores doing that.
Absolutely.
Right. Then all they need is delivery drivers. Sort of like the Amazon model.
Yep. Absolutely.
Don't even the not self-check, online order or whatever, go pick up later at home.
That's what I do. Right. Yeah, I do that a lot.
It's still crazy. It's still crazy. You still have to wait like 30 minutes.
But again, you can have it dropped off to you.
Yeah.
So, food.
But then it might not be immediately when you need it.
No, sometimes. It's still not going to be immediately when you go shopping.
No. What I mean is, as opposed to going to pick it up
yourself.
Yeah. Like you order and then pick up. You order pick up is what I mean. That one too, you have to wait.
Right.
But
they have drop shipping also. So either way,
this ways
jobs gone.
Right.
What do you guys think about that? Huh? What do you think? Oh, by the way, right in the middle, I just thought about this too. You guys go to our website at www.hottopics podcast.com and please subscribe, because we're going to start giving away our gifts, our raffles. We don't say gifts, it's a raffle to subscribers. So we'll put out the information to those who are on our subscriber list, and then it'll be the first person that comes I guess that connects, and I don't know if we're going to do a contest, whatever, but
we'll work it out.
Yeah, but you definitely want to be a subscriber and follow from there. So back to our regularly scheduled program. So even with the technology, I like I said, I'm all for technology. I love technology, and I would like to see it advance. That's why I would like to live longer. I want to see how far it goes.
Yeah.
How about you do something about it? How about you build something or create something or
I'm gonna build some tape.
Oh jeez, it's coming. It's coming.
Pinky.
It's called lip tape.
Oh, jeez.
To put it over
Or
whose lips?
your lips. No, but so here's the thing. I think, just because who we are, we will advance in science.
Yes.
We will fix everything that we possibly can fix, and then it will be devastating repercussions to it.
Yes.
Whether we smart bombs,
Oh.
there's never going to be any rebellions because they're going to know everything, and
Right.
they got bombs now that can follow you, that they can shoot from miles away, that'll go through your window. Well,
To hit exactly what they want to
yes,
hit.
and that was back when I was in the Navy. So
Right.
I could see it getting even worse, and maybe whether you have a mechanized army or it'll be a gift and it'll be a curse.
Yep.
And
I think they'll run side by side.
Yes. So can we say that science and technology is merely a tool,
Yes.
and whoever wields the tool, and I always kind of make it like a hammer. Hammer you can build stuff with. You can also crack somebody in the skull with, and turn it into a
there
weapon.
you go. You can build something up and you can tear something down.
Absolutely. So, I'm gonna go on to see what some of our Facebook people said when it comes to technology. We had some good responses.
Okay.
So let's go to Facebook. Somebody. Let me get it here.
I mean, think about how far we've come really just in the medical field. HIV, I was around in the beginning of HIV, and most people just died.
Right.
That's as horrible as it sounds. That's really what was happening. And then the people who survived was taking a cocktail of 10 or 15 pills a day. HIV now is down to one pill.
Right.
Or you could do PrEP, which, if your partner's HIV positive and you're not, you can take a pill so you won't become HIV positive. Right. So it has come a very, very, very long way.
And communications,
science and technology.
Communications is some of the best. Like when you was younger, they you had to hit that little telegraph thing. Right.
I am not that old.
Now you can say, hey Siri, call such and such.
Right.
Right, but doesn't it make us dumber too? Like we don't remember
Absolutely.
numbers?
I don't remember anybody's phone number. Please, God, don't let me get arrested because I don't remember anybody's phone number. But look at, your car tells you when you need oil change now.
Yes.
All of those things are really good. I got a phone number for my car. So, yes,
what?
I have a phone number for my car. So there are things, like you said, technology is wonderful. But
I like to have internet in my car.
What's the other thing that I had that I liked but I hated? What is that thing? OnStar.
Oh,
I love to have an OnStar. Mostly for restaurants.
What didn't you like though?
I didn't like that anybody can find you.
Oh.
People can find you.
Really?
I mean, of course, I had my husband on the account, but if he was really, stalking me and wanted to make sure where I was, all he had to do was call OnStar and was like, "Where's her car right now?"
She's at the fabric store, the cake store.
Yes. Pretty much.
In the drive-through.
Pretty much. Nailed it. He forgot the liquor store.
The liquor store.
So that's good. If my car crashed, somebody can find you, and that's what it's for.
Yeah.
That's what it's intended for. But if you got a stalker, boyfriend or husband, it's a little scary. She looking at me like, what?
All right, so we have the first one, Loretta Benjamin. I can say her last name because it's on there, and people can see it.
Well, yeah.
Just anybody can see anybody wanted to know. My thoughts on the comment is that we are happy to have something that we don't have to go to the encyclopedia to find. Anything you want to know, go any place in the world through technology. But at the end of the day, the same thing that's also given us can be our enemy.
Yep.
It also could be our weapon. It could be used to hurt people, and it can destroy us as humans to a point. It hypnotizes the mind. And we can't do nothing unless we have some type of technology. Like
Yep.
if I had to go to work,
I agree.
I'm coming. I don't care if I'm 3/4 of the way there. I'm coming back to get my phone.
I did it today. Today. I was on my way here and realized I didn't have my phone and turned right back around.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yep.
So let's see. Muhammad Jamil says all medicines, we're talking about it, enhance quality of life, but all of them have side effects.
Yep.
You didn't think about that, right? No rose grows without thorns. Okay.
And manure.
Grayson Heinrich said it's a gift and a curse. He says it's both because put in the right hands, you could do amazing things with it. If put in the wrong hands, it could be deadly.
Yep.
Okay. And he gave an example of anthrax, hacking computers.
Yeah.
You know, but what's the good thing about anthrax?
I didn't think there was a good thing.
As a weapon in terrorism, I guess.
Right, but they probably developed it for something else, you know.
James Burrows, who is a scientist, he said a gift can be a curse. Science and tech advances usually outpace laws, regulations, and safeguards to prevent abuses. So that's where the problem is. Okay. And let's see. I hate when they do that. They put most relevant when I want to hear all of them. Or was that all of them? No, it was some in. Oh, and if you want to find us on Facebook, go to Hot Topics. You can look it up. Hot Topics Podcast discussions at Hot Topics Podcast. We have a Facebook group, and then let's see, going back to another group. I put it in 2 groups.
That's what happens when you're retired. You have time to do all of these wonderful
public
things.
Announcement, Cycle 4081 is officially unemployed. So if you need like a cleaning job or you need like painting done, he's available.
I'm gonna. Oh man, I lost it. I'm going to be.
Or you need your cat litter box changed.
I'm going to continue to be unemployed. Thank you. That's what I worked for. Let's see. What was the other one? Boom. Oh, I keep hitting it. Big fingers.
I was going to say something smart, but I'm going to leave that alone.
What are you looking for? Oh.
I'm looking for the answers or the responses. I keep hitting it and then it goes off.
When you're so
All
old.
Right. So
even technology cannot help you.
Steve Jarvis says a gift. The science and technology is a gift, but it can be abused in the wrong hands. Justin Coates says it is a tool. Our ethical standards determine if it is a gift or a curse. We have free will. We aren't determined. Now, some scientists will say that we don't have free will. So that's a big one.
Yeah, that is a big one because in some instances, they're right.
I love that conversation when the scientists talk about whether we have free will or not, because I think we do, but whatever. Sonia Massey says yes, both. It makes life easier when it works. There are so many added benefits. It impacts how we work, how we learn, stay in touch, etc. We can heal more diseases. However, it also can be a distraction, be used for nefarious purposes, and detract from a good life. Change is inevitable. So I guess we can stop with the should we do. We know it's coming.
Right, it's definitely coming.
And let's see. Change is inevitable. And I lost where I was. I think it's best to embrace change and focus on enhancing positive aspects of science and technology. On that note, I recommend saying please and thank you to your Alexa, Google, the Google Assistant, ChatGPT, GPT, and so on, just in case they are our future overlords.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, she also mentioned some of the, and I asked her, can you name some nefarious purposes? And she said, sharing online child pornography.
Oh.
So, yeah, I never thought about that, too.
Yeah.
People have access to things that they shouldn't have access to.
Agreed.
Especially, kids. We said this before, before, what did you have? It's the Sears catalog, go to the lingerie section or whatever. Now you have a phone and it's everything.
Everywhere. Yep. It's everything everywhere all the time.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you think that science is a gift or a curse? And give us some examples that, maybe, that we didn't go over. So I think it's an interesting topic, and like she said, it's inevitable.
It is.
So
I agree with that. It is coming.
just be prepared. You know what I like to see, and I think I might have ordered this off of Temu, Wish, or something, but one of those communication things where you can talk and it gives you real time translation. So like,
Oh, like if you were in another country?
yeah, like, so
okay.
we went to let's say Thailand to your relatives, and we wanted to communicate. You could say whatever, and instant translation.
Okay.
I think that's a great tool.
I agree. But wouldn't that stop us from learning a language?
Yes.
Okay.
So I guess it is the.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy.
You know what you said, encyclopedia, and I was like, oh my God, I remember those encyclopedias.
My mom had World Book encyclopedias and everything that came with it. The child crafts. When I was home by myself, I would read the encyclopedias because they had all the colorful pictures and the articles. I learned everything about Greek and Roman mythology.
Right.
And it would have at the bottom of the article, it would say see whatever.
Yes.
So I would go run to see something else. But it was great having that. But it made you work for it.
I think you should.
Now everything is Google, and I'm gonna say I like Google too, but Google this, Google that.
Right. We don't wonder anymore.
We don't.
We don't wonder anymore.
Can somebody who knows how to work a card catalog call in?
Ooh. Well. In my day.
Do you know what a card catalog is?
Can you leave me alone?
I'm just asking. Just the people want to know. They want to know if you know what a card catalog is.
Yes, I do.
Or a rotary phone. Have you ever seen one of those, or a phone booth?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh,
What you
okay.
mean?
You know what a rotary?
The one that goes like this. Brr, brr, brr. I'm not that young.
I bet you never had dial up.
Oh. That, you know what? That's just kind of amazing now that I think about it, because we went from none of that
Right.
to where we are, right? Like walking around with a computer in your pocket.
Yeah. So you get
So
mad
that's amazing.
when you look on try to get on the internet or get an app and it doesn't load up in 2 seconds.
Yes. You're just like, oh.
Yeah. And then before it was like,
Yes. And before that, it was like, I gotta go find a W encyclopedia to
Right.
do my homework.
And there was a time, besides phone, there was a time that there was letter writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You wrote letters and
yeah.
delivered in the mail. When was the last time you wrote a letter?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I haven't.
I haven't written a letter in yeah.
I get mad because I think even the post office. I think the post office should have access to email. Like they would make more money instead of having to jack that little 3 cents or 1.5 cents.
I haven't mailed anything in 100 years.
Yeah, I have used the post office obviously because that's something. But hey, when they get the scientists, listen. If you
AI specialist.
Yes, if you work on that teleportation box, so every household can have a teleportation box. We can just put it in, just like the microwave, do,
And get where?
and send it wherever to the next place. I would love it, love it. So
we'll stop driving too, and then start teleporting anywhere.
oh,
Just think about it. I want to go get to my office. Boop, I'm there.
exactly. Like,
Did you see Harry Potter? No.
yeah, see that? Yeah.
Did you see? You don't remember Diagonally? Oh, well, you're so old. Sorry.
No, I mean, you heard of Star Trek?
Yes.
She talking about the new Star Trek. She is not talking about Captain Kirk.
You remember Lieutenant Uhura?
No.
Oh, yeah.
She was everything. She was everything. I watched that show because of her.
I actually like Captain James T. Kirk.
Oh, jeez.
He was a bad dude.
He was.
So anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. So you guys, thank you for those who are joining us, and I have been keeping track of the website hits. So we went from I kind of put that on there late. So when I first did it was like 6, and then now we have over 1,400.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
If you
Thank you.
hit the website, go ahead and click on the podcast and listen.
Yes, it's right there. Do it.
Yeah. And we will when we do the contest, we'll be giving away free T-shirts. So let us know and tell a friend.
And stay tuned.
Yes. Any parting words there, Felonious Feather?
I'm not saying anything.
I think we've picked on her enough for one night.
It's never enough.
Okay, well, it's your turn tonight. Enjoy.
Have fun. Have a good weekend.
Good night. Ta.
Thank you. Bye-bye.